Hello and welcome, beautiful, vibrant souls, to, excuse me, this week's Astrocast. I want to say welcome back to all my old friends and hello and welcome to all my new friends. So this is going to be covering the week ahead. This is going to be June, 6th through the 12th, I believe. It's in the thumbnail that week. Really terrible. Time is an illusion. But yeah, this is going to be covering that week ahead. So I'm just going to give a quick rundown, of what astrocasting is for the unfamiliar. So as you see, we have this lovely little circular board here with 12 equal segments, and these represent the 12 houses of the zodiac, as well as their natural areas of rulership. So what we do here is we reach in for our teeny tiny tarot jar. Look at this, the tiny lovers here. Itty bitty lovers. Oh my God, they're so cute. So I reach in blindly, reach around, grab some cards. I wish I'd said it differently than that. But just get in there and grab some cards, cast them onto the board, and interpret the energies of the cards based on what house they land in and what that house rules. Now I will say, like I said, this is based off of the houses of the zodiac and their natural areas of rulership, but keep in mind that this will unfold differently for you based on your own personal astrology, so your own personal house placements, as well as your planetary placements, interplanetary aspects, all that good stuff. So just keep that in mind, as well as oops, sorry, I accidentally bumped my iced coffee against a candle. The irony of that is striking. Anywho, so yeah, it'll also just be based on kind of the circumstances of your own personal life journey as well. So do keep that in mind. If you are looking for an astrocast for yourself, based on your own personal astrology, please feel free to DM me for a custom reading. It's not currently a fixture in my shop, but if I get enough comments or custom requests, I will add it as a permanent fixture. So, yeah, I think that's just about everything that I had to say. Let's get into our week ahead. Oh man, you guys, Mercury retrograde is ending today. I'm recording on June 3rd, so it's ending today. I'm very excited about this. That was all I really had to say about this. So I don't know what it is, but I'm as soon as I go to cast, I have my eyes closed. And I just, for some reason, cannot seem to talk and cast at the same time. Oh, we have some spicy stuff taking place today. Okay, let me see where I can put our little jar. Is that out of the way? You can still see? Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so just another little side note I'd like to make mention of, the way that I generally tend to do this is that, as you see with this 10 of swords here, if the bottom of the card is facing mostly toward the center of the wheel, I read that as upright. Similarly, if a card is mostly flipped around so the top is facing toward the center, I would read that as reverse. Anything that's really clearly on its side, which I don't think we have one of those this week, is the energy is in flux, so I read it as such. So let's see what we have. We have the 9 of Wands reversed, predominantly in the second house. I'm going to say in the second house. Sometimes we have a card like we have with the 3 of Pentacles, where it's right across both houses, and I'll read it as such. And same thing with the 10 of Swords, but sometimes they're pretty much in one house, or this situation, they're very much in one house. So we have, the King of Pentacles reversed in the 6th house. Okay. Oof, come here, you. Wow, we have the 10 of Wands. I'm gonna say reversed. I was thinking about on its side, but I'm seeing it more as reversed. So 10 of Wands reversed, bordering the 11th and 12th house. We have the 10 of Swords bordering the 6th and 7th house. We have the 3 of Pentacles pretty much on its side, bordering the 4th and 5th house. And then we have the Page of Wands on its side, bordering the 4th and 5th house. Okay. So first thing I want to talk about here is these two. So the 3 of Pentacles to me can be a baby card, and then the Page of Wands is the pages are all child archetypes. And since this is bordering the 4th and 5th house, and this is the house of home, family, emotional foundations, the 5th house can talk about children. Some of you are trying to make a decision about having children this week. So either maybe some of you are finding out that you are pregnant and you're deciding what to do about that. If that's a happy thing, congratulations. If it's a little bit scary. I am so sorry that you're being faced with a challenge this week. Some of you are just deciding if you want to have children or when you want to have children. For some of you, especially because we have the Page of Wands here, I feel like you're talking to your partner and you're kind of just like, do we want to do this? You're getting excited about it. And it's kind of like, okay, yeah, we can do this. And for some of you, I will say, just because we have the Nine of Wands reversed in the 2nd house and the King of Pentacles reversed in the 6th house, you may have been planning on having a child, or you might want a child, but financially it's not a good time. So there's kind of this like recognition of like, okay, we do want to do this, but let's get our finances in order first. So there's kind of like this like sort of in between. It feels like a relatively positive thing, but it's kind of like this in between of like okay, we really do want, we really want a child, but we really have to get our shit together first. So there's kind of like this, like you and your partner might be making a game plan about how to start a family. For others of you with this combination, I feel like in a partnership, somebody's getting offered a job that would require, relocation. And for some of you, this is going to be like a really big conversation. Like I feel like this is a make or break conversation in the relationship. So it may be that you are at a natural stage in the relationship where you're kind of deciding between like taking things to the next level and breaking things off. It's like shit or get off the pot time. And so, this job offer might be that make or break point where somebody's like, hey, look, I got offered a different job, but it would require me to move to this place. Either like we should stop seeing each other, or do you want to come with me? Like it feels like something like that. So there's discussion happening here around like home and family, particularly the home that you share or you would share with a partner, as well as discussion around having a family of your own at some point. So that is something I do see here. And part of the reason why I say this too is because we have this Nine of Wands reversed in the 2nd house. So the 2nd house really talks about things that we value, right? This is why this can talk about like our like material possessions, our career, our finances. So it's things that we value, but also things that we find security in. And the Nine of Wands is really like that wounded warrior card where you take a look and keep on ticking. You really like had to go through your shit. And you're tired, you're exhausted, but you're persevering, right? Especially with the 10 of Wands showing up as well. It's like you're ready for one last push and you kind of are like, all right, I got this. It's very much don't give up before the miracle. But it's reversed here, kind of insinuating that, there's a situation you've really been like working hard on. You've really been pouring your energy into, and I feel like you're just like either out of gas in the tank this week, or more likely you're throwing in the towel. It's something where or it also could very well be that the towel is being thrown in for you, because I'm noticing he's looking off in this direction toward these other cards. It's kind of like whatever this was that you've been working really hard toward, and this could very well be with like career and finances as well as your home. Something that like it was your security, right? Where you're like, okay, I'm going to keep my eyes on the prize. I'm going to keep working toward this. I feel like this is coming, what I'm hearing is coming to a halt for you this week. And that might be, I feel like it's a mixed bag, right? It's kind of like, well, what do I do without this? What do I do now? But it's also kind of like a little bit of a relief in the short term where there's like, okay, this was taking up so much of my energy. I was really exhausted by this. So for some of you, this is going to be where maybe things are really difficult at work, and then you got offered this other job, or you got offered another position within the company, and this would kind of like, just because this can deal with career and home, this could mean a relocation. This could be where, maybe you were really struggling to make ends meet with like living in a particular location. And there's like this other discussion coming in about where you want to live that like kind of eases that burden a little bit. But there's something that you've really been, holding on to, really fighting for, because it's a sense of security. I'm hearing a sense of direction, and I feel like that is coming to a halt this week. Even if it's like I would say even if it's like a temporary pause, but I don't feel like that. I feel like it's a redirection. Like the energy is going to keep moving, but it's going like, it's taking a turn. So it's not that your energy has been wasted or that anything has been lost, but it's being almost like transformed and transmuted, and you're heading in a different direction as a result. And I don't get the feeling of like a lot of sadness around this. I just get this feeling of like a lot of exhaustion. And I also can see this too because we have the 10 of Wands reversed between the 11th and 12th house, right? The 11th house can talk about a lot of different things, but a lot of the time talks about our wishes, right? Our wish fulfillment. And the 12th house is the last house in the zodiac, and this is really wrapping up cycles, especially cycles where there's been any illusions, anything where we've kind of kept ourselves in the dark, anything where we've kind of stayed confused about it. It's like both much more complex and much simpler than we thought at the same time. Very weird energy. But with having the 10 of Wands reversed between those two, this to me tells me there's something where there is a wish, and I do feel like these are connected. There was a wish, and it's like you were fighting for it because you had this idea of it as one thing, right? Or maybe you attributed meaning to it, again with the second house and the security. Maybe you attributed meaning to it, like once I get this promotion, I'll be happy with this, or like, once I make this much money, I'll feel like I've made it, I'll have that security I'm looking for. I need to pay off, maybe it's like I need to pay off my, like this house where I'm living, and then once I do, I'll do this with it, and something like that. But like your plans are changing, right? So this would be like if you got, you think you have a plan for what you think will be secure, and then you're getting offered something else, or something else is, things are shifting in and out of your reality, and it's kind of leaving you like, oh shit, what do I do? Because that was sort of like your direction, your North Star. But it was also very exhausting. It was a burden. So it's like this dual thing of like, well, at least I don't have to worry about this anymore, but now I have something new I have to worry about instead. And that's kind of where I feel like there's like a reevaluation of a wish, because you're seeing it from a different perspective. And I feel like I'm just sort of getting this energy that you were sort of like, just, kind of like keep your head down, keep going with this. To the point where there may have been signs that this was not really for you, that maybe were missed. And again, it's because this is intimately tied in with your feelings of security, right? Like this wish was intimately intertwined with your definition of feeling secure. Like once I have that, I will be happy with this. And it is about that thing, that wish, but it's not. It's about having like a goal to work toward, right? It's about having like whatever meaning you ascribe to this milestone, this achievement, this accomplishment, this wish come true, that was that was the actual thing you were looking for, and that's what Spirit is trying to redirect you toward. Because whatever this thing was, this wasn't going to bring you that sense of something greater, right? That wasn't going to bring you the satisfaction, the fulfillment that you're looking for. So Spirit is stepping in now to kind of help redirect that energy. So it's not like full stop where, it's just gone, or like the energy is just like, again, it's not like I poured all my energy into this for nothing. It's just being redirected, and that they're definitely really emphasizing that. Excuse me. Now, I do want to kind of talk about, we have the King of Pentacles reversed in the 6th house. This is masculine earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This could be somebody that you're dealing with. This could also represent you. Again, we have a lot of sort of energy with like career or like material well-being. It's not even really career. It's like your material world, right? Your house, your home, your daily routines. And this is reversed, right? So this kind of indicates that, there could be a shift in your daily work routine. There also could be a shift just in general in your daily life. There's a big change and a big shakeup, and I do feel like this is kind of all interrelated. And I do feel like it will be very ungrounding because the King of Pentacles is reversed. This could be where you had a plan, and that plan's just like, yeah, see ya. That's kind of the vibe. And it's just kind of left you feeling like it's kind of like almost like been dizzying is sort of what I'm getting. Like, I know you can't see, but I'm like rocking, like shifting around in my chair. So I'm like, maybe this has kind of been like this sort of confusing, dizzying sort of pace. It's like things are moving in and out of your reality really quick. For some of you, this is going to come from if there is a discussion about children. This may very well be where, if this is a discussion about children or home or like family, I feel like there's something here where whatever happens this week, it's going to be kind of, again, like ungrounding. It's like you had a plan, right? The King of Pentacles, he does that. He's not, he's not quite like King of Swords with the plan, right? That's the man with the plan. But the King of Pentacles has a way of doing things. He has a method. That's what it is. He's the method man. But he has a method, right? He's got, first I do A, then I do B, then I do C. And if I keep following the steps of my plan one by one, whereas the King of Swords can kind of more easily adapt and create a better plan as he goes, the King of Pentacles is like tried and true. Like, I don't care if it takes me a day or 50 years, I'm going to get there. Just let me do my thing is kind of the vibe. And so I feel like this is something where you had a plan. You had something you were going to do. You had some expectation for how things were going to go. And it's just getting shaken the hell up this week. And this is something where it's in your everyday life, specific emphasis around like house, home, family, but not exclusively. And this is kind of where I feel like whatever this was, it was more draining than you realized. But there is still this energy that as things are getting shaken up, it's like, whoa, what the hell am I doing? For some of you, you're making a decision about if you want to work with a King of Pentacles, or if you want to live with a King of Pentacles. So this would be in a work situation. This would generally be, this could be a boss. This could be somebody who, for the good and the bad, I know he's reversed in this scenario, right? For the good and the bad, the King of Pentacles is very methodical. He's very dependable. He can be very generous, but he can also be really stubborn. He can also be a little bit slow to move. His hands are kind of tied by restrictions, like, it's like, no, then we do A, then B, then C, instead of, you're like, yeah, I get that. But sometimes if we do A, then C, and then circle back to B, it would be better or faster, or we could, they don't like to listen to anybody's plan but their own. Reverse, this can also be somebody who's not not super stable, but they are very controlling. Sorry, I have a straight hair. So, this also would be somebody who could be very materially focused. So, the good side, this would be somebody who's really conscientious about finances. Maybe they're like the financial planner out of, the two of you. But in more of like a bad sense, they could be materialistic. They could also be somebody who's trying to control the finances between the two of you and doesn't really accept your input, doesn't really listen to your suggestions in that area. So that can be kind of where this sort of King of Pentacles energy can be. So for some of you, because he's reversed and we have the Ten of Swords here, it's like, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. For some of you, you're making a decision about a King of Pentacles. And some of you are going to decide to say no. Some of you are going to end things with this person. Some of you are going to end a contract or turn down a new job offer. Some of you, this is a King of Pentacles that you are involved with romantically, and they're going to ask you for, whenever I see things with bordering the 6th and 7th house, the 6th house is really kind of like about taking your passions, right? Because the 5th house is about our passions. It's, this is why it's the house of romance and hobbies and inspiration and creativity. And we take that energy of the 5th house, that pure, like, yes, oh my God, I love this. I'm so excited about this. And with the 6th house, we kind of like bring it back into balance. We're like, okay, I do love this thing, but I also have to get back to real life, right? This is kind of like in a relationship, the 5th house is like the honeymoon stage, like that initial where you just can't get enough of each other. And the 6th house is when you're like, okay, cool. I do still love you like that, but I'm also like, I'm returning to real life a little bit. And you kind of like ground the relationship more. That's kind of the energy of the 5th to 6th house. So when anything borders the 6th to 7th house, and the 7th house is out of partnerships, this is really grounding a partnership. Right? So whereas like 5th and 6th is like, that kind of grounding of the romantic, like the romance. The 6th and 7th is really working out the details of the partnership, figuring out how to have the partnership in good, healthy balance. And this is another reason why these two, like something bordering these two houses for me, can talk about like living with a partner, moving in with a partner. So for some of you, just because we have these two and we have a person with a court card here, for some of you, you're going to be making a decision to end things with this King of Pentacles individual. For some of you, this King of Pentacles is going to make you an offer and you're going to say no. For some of you too, you might be expecting an offer from this King of Pentacles. You might try to like have a conversation with them. With the Ten of Swords, be like, hey, what are we? What are we doing? Where is this going? And that causes an end to the relationship, or an end to a cycle in the relationship. And I do feel like this conversation, because it's the Ten of Swords, might be really difficult for you to have. There might be some unpleasant moments, but don't shy away from having that, right? If you feel intuitively led to have that conversation, that means it's time. And for some of you, this person will be coming to you, or information about this person might be coming in that like helps you make a decision. And with the Ten of Swords, I kind of want to pull another card about this combination because I don't want to speak out of turn. Oh, okay, cool. The Four of Wands. Okay. So that's actually really, really nice. So for some of you, this is going to be, I kind of want to pull one more. For some of you, this is going to be like a 180. Okay, and then the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like this person, you and this person have been in a stalemate. There may have been some very painful energy, but clarified by the Four of Wands, this could be very well changing. This could say that this person has now made the stable financial foundations they wanted to, so they're going to talk to you about moving in together. For some of you, there's going to be where this person may not have really been one to open up. Excuse me. And this person is going to be telling you about some really difficult experiences they've had and kind of explaining where they're coming from a little bit more. For some of you, this is going to be the end of this, whether this is a job or a relationship, but it makes room for this energy of stability, of celebration, of financial stability, like a good financial foundations. So whatever this conversation is, whatever this information is, even if it's a little bit unpleasant initially, just know that it's making way for this really lovely combination where there's a lot more stability. That's like, I feel like one of the key themes in this week ahead is that your stability, your sense of stability is going to be challenged, but it's going to be replaced with something better. For some of you, you might be thinking in this situation that like the relationship is over, it's done, it's like, there's something like that. And this person's really going to surprise you. It's like this person hasn't said anything about this, but this person's going to surprise you with an offer of, do you want to meet my family? Can we take this to the next level? They might be talking about, moving in together, future marriage plans, things like that. This also can be very much related to this offer. So you or this person, there could be the potential threat of this Ten of Swords. Like, let's say you get offered a job that requires you to relocate and you talk to your person about this, and you're kind of fearing the worst, but you actually like get a really great response that you weren't expecting, or vice versa. This person could have gotten a really great offer or be trying to like think about how to talk to you about it. And there could be this thing of like, like let's say they got a great job offer and they're trying to figure out how to talk to you about, do you want to move with me, right? And they're like holding on. They might have been like really, really quiet lately, or you might not have heard from them. And the thought might be kind of like, oh shit, I think this is it. Like, this is it. This is over. This person's going to break up with me, or like this relationship is over. And then you're very much surprised that they are offering you something. They're offering you like more commitment. So interesting week ahead. There's some crazy shit going on, but I hope this has been helpful. I am wishing you guys the best, the brightest, most beautiful things that life has to offer. If you need help with your specific situation, please don't hesitate to reach out. And yeah, it's been an honor and a joy getting to read for you. I hope I get to again in the future. Take care, love bugs. Bye.